Listen closely, because I'm about to tell you about one of the most chilling legends to ever haunt the halls of a boarding school. The story of the Hollow Girl of Ravenswood Academy. Ravenswood isn't your typical prestigious boarding school. Sure, during the day it's all polished wood floors and ivy-covered walls. But when night falls, when the last bell has rung and the corridors grow quiet, that's when you might hear it. The knocking. It started decades ago, back when the academy was stricter, more isolated. Eleanor Matthews was a freshman then. Bright, ambitious, but desperately lonely. She became an easy target for a group of girls who'd made cruelty their favorite pastime. One October evening, during what was supposed to be a harmless initiation prank, they convinced Eleanor that she needed to hide in one of the school's secret passages, remnants from when the building was a station on the Underground Railroad. They told her it would only be for an hour, just long enough to prove she was worthy of their friendship. But something went horribly wrong. The ancient door mechanism jammed. Eleanor was trapped. For 3 days, the school searched. They could hear her screams at first, echoing through the walls. By the time they finally broke through the sealed passage, the horror they found. Well, let's just say Eleanor had grown desperate enough to try anything to escape, even using her own fingers to claw at the walls until there was nothing left but bone. Now, the girls of Ravenswood tell a different story. They speak of cold spots in the hallways, of shadows that move against the airflow, and most terrifyingly, of knocking. 3 slow, deliberate knocks that come from inside the walls. Sometimes they say you might hear a voice, a friend calling your name, begging to be let in. But here's the warning that every Ravenswood student learns on their first night. No matter how familiar the voice sounds, no matter how desperate the pleas become, never, ever answer those knocks. Because what's left of Eleanor has learned to mimic the voices of the living, and she's still looking for company in those dark passages where she spent her final hours. They say her spirit still roams the ventilation system, her hollow eyes peering through the grates, her bone-scraped fingers testing every door, every wall, searching for another soul to join her in her eternal imprisonment. So, if you ever find yourself at Ravenswood Academy after dark, and you hear those 3 slow knocks, remember Eleanor, and keep your door locked tight. Some say the knocking is just the old building settling, pipes expanding and contracting in the night. But ask any Ravenswood girl who's heard those 3 deliberate knocks, who's seen those hollow eyes staring from the darkness, and they'll tell you Eleanor is still there, still waiting, still hungry for company in her endless maze of shadows.